this is another makeup tutorial, and today's one is inspired by a summer evening wedding. So this is the finished look, just very summery, bright colours, and completed with a bright yellow side. Okay, let's get started. So I'm using a Superdrug Vitamin E eye cream as a primer underneath the eyes on the eyelid, just using my fingers to put it into the skin. And then I'm going to use Rimmel Stay Matte loose powder just to put it on top of the eyelid, so it just creates like a base, because obviously you have fine lines in your eyes as well, so it just gives it that nice matte finish so you don't get creasing and the eyeshadow doesn't go inside the fine lines. And I'm going to use this palette. Basically is a Morphe palette dupe. Two palettes I'm going to use today, one with warm colours and another with sort of like a purpley warm colours as well. And what I'm going to do first is go in with this shade. It's a very neutral, like a creamy white shade all over the eyes like a base. Just using a blending brush. It's a 224 blending brush all over the eyelid. I'm just going to go 2 rounds with that until I've just got a nice base to start off with. And then I'm going to use my transitional shade, which is basically a shade that is slightly darker than what you've just put on for the crease, and that is going to be like a warm orange shade. And this eyeshadow is very pigmented, so I'm not going in with a lot of product at once. I'm still using the same brush instead of using a shorter blending brush, because what I want to do is build the color from light to dark. So I do this step about 4 times until I'm happy with the color, and that makes the eyeshadow last longer as well, because I haven't just gone in with one and then just done it once. I've just built the color slowly, gradually. And once I've completed that step, now the shade I'm choosing is sort of like a terracotta now, just slightly darker than my transition shade. And this is I'm going to do on the corner of my eye. So again, it's going to be dark terracotta to light orange, and then highlight in the middle and on near my tear duct. So that's just the look I'm basically going with. And again, I'm doing the same technique I did with my transition shade, just going in light and then dark. And then I'm picking up a gold shimmery shade, like a, no, it's actually not gold, it's more like a silver tone shimmery shade on just on top of my eye, just underneath the brow line on the tip. So this just basically gives the eyeshadow a lift, and it's where the light hits your face as well, so like a highlight area as well. And I'm just going in with that shade, and with this one I don't need to do it too much, it's just once is enough. Next I'm going with some fixing spray on my flat brush, and I'm picking up a sort of like a bright orange shade, and I'm using that near my tear duct because I want that area to be highlighted. And the reason why I'm damping the brush, it just makes the product go in a bit darker, but on this occasion it picks up the product more. I preferred using it dry because I think I got better effect on that one than wetting the brush. So next time I'm not going to do that. And after I finish this step, I'm going to go in with and next I'm going to go with a gold shimmer, and using the same brush, this time I'm not wetting the brush. I am basically just going to place that right in the middle of my eyelid, like a blob kind of thing, and darken that about 2 or 3 times. I'm using the product and just releasing the fallout and just going in with that. And once I'm happy with that, I basically blend that into my darker shade and blend that towards the tear duct lighter shade as well. But the bulk of the product should be on the eyelid, just at the center. And then I'm going with I don't know what you call this brush. It's basically like a pencil thick type of dense brush, and I'm just picking up the same color I used on my transition shade, and I'm bringing that on my eyeliner, a bottom liner, and it just completes the whole look. Then I'm going with a cleansing pad and using some cleansing lotion and just wiping off all the excess fallout and just giving my eyeshadow a neat finish and creating that nice sharp line, which you can also achieve by putting a tape on top before you started your eyeshadow. Once I've completed that, now I'm going to go in with my brows, and I like doing my brows after I've done my eyeshadow so it just doesn't sponge into it. Just taking a mascara brush, a clean one, and I'm just brushing my hair in a downwards position. And then I'm taking the Rimmel eyebrow pencil in the shade dark brown just to create a neat line that I'm going to follow to fill in with the brow dip. I just find that it just makes it more nice and clean because I don't use a concealer afterwards. And I'm using the Freedom brow dip in the shade Ebony and using a Avon angled brush, which is also eyeliner brush, and I'm just following the line I've just created with the eye pencil and just filling in the gap. Once I'm happy with that, I'm taking a clear brow gel and just setting my eyebrow so it stays in place. Once I've completed that step, I'm using the Rimmel gel liner in the shade black and just using a small angled eyeliner brush. I'm just doing my eyeliner now, and it's really hard for me to do the eyeliner because I'm using my phone camera, so I did go off camera for a bit to do my eyeliner. I just couldn't see what I was doing properly. How I like doing it, I start in the center and then do near my tear duct and then complete the tail, and that is the finished look basically with the eyeshadow, the brow dip and the eyeliner. And now I'm going to go in with some fake lashes. I am using the Adele Demi Whispers. These are long lashes but natural looking, so they're not that thick, they're just quite natural but quite long. And I'm using a duo glue in the shade dark tone, so it's not clear, it's a dark tone like a black. And how you basically, I'm a beginner as well, so how I basically put my lashes on, once I've taken the lashes off, I just bend the lashes in a curved shape. There's a shape of your eye, so it just makes it easier to put them on. Taking a little bit of a glue, really small amount, I'm just holding it with my tweezer and taking the glue and just putting on a very thin layer along the lash line. And I'm basically going to put 2 extra dots on the beginning of the lashes and on the end of the lashes, because that's where you'll find the lash comes off the most. And by following that step, I assure you these lashes are not going anywhere. Now before you put them on, let them set. That's my son joining in. Let them set, so let the glue go a bit clumpy. Just retain the shape while you're doing that. Just wait for it to dry. If you don't know when to put it on, just touch the glue, and if it's clumpy lumpy, put it on. Looking down, using your tweezer, drop the lashes onto your original lashes, so not go in straight, if you know what I mean, because then the lashes will look like they're falling off. Just do it from a top angle, set them on, press them down with your tweezers, use your tweezers to glue them on, like press them together, and just finish off with mascara. I'm using the Maybelline I think false lashes or something in black. And that's it. That is the complete look. So I hope it looked as easy as I found putting it on, because as a beginner, you know, I did find them quite easy to do. So I hope that helps. Thank you for watching my video, guys.